Hello, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Are you in a good way here? This is a review of Manchester United versus Tottenham. After the fact, we had a day or so to gather our thought, just see what's going on out there, the reaction to the draw. Some of them positive, some of them negative, but this Manchester United fan base, we are divided as it's come, and we are vast in numbers, very opinionated. So you're gonna hear all kind of opinion when it comes to the draw. So this is my take, my thought on the game on Monday after I had a day, like I say, to decompress and to kind of take a moment from it, because I'm not gonna lie, I was upset and frustrated after the game. So if I had made a review, then I probably would have been ranting. But do I still have the same feeling after a day or so? And what are my thoughts about the game? So let's get into it. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Hit the like button, share this video, leave your thought in the comment section below. To me, that was a disappointing game. Absolutely horrific games from both teams. The first half was a snooze fest. We could easily have gone to sleep and miss nothing. There was only two chances from each team, two chances total, one from each team in the first half to actually boast about. That was Ibrahimo goal and the chance that Charleston missed. Other than that, that first half was a snooze fest. Like we didn't create nothing. They didn't create nothing. We had a little, the ball possession was a little bit even. Maybe we aged a little bit, but there was nothing in the first half to rave about. So when I hear people and I see all of this opinion on YouTube, online, talking about the first half was better, I don't know what first half they watch. Both teams were terrible in the first half. We just happened to be the only one that scored. But if they had a better striker out front than Richarlison, it would have been 1-1. So tell me how first half was better. The second half was absolutely horrific. We conceded everything to Tottenham. The only positive thing we did in the second half was score this equalizer in the 94th minute to equalize. That's the only good thing we did in the second half, because we were passive. And if Tottenham had the attackers like they should have, it could have been a different story. And that's the part that is disappointing me when I hear a lot of Manchester United social media people talk about the game. They focus on the fact that we are we have 5 games undefeated, but miss the fact that it took a last-minute equalizer against Forest and a beautiful goal from Ahmad to equalize. It took another late equalizer to win point against Tottenham. And the focus I keep hearing say, well, last season we would have lost that. And to me, the improvement is not losing the game. Improvement is winning the game. And people said, "Oh man, look at our stat. We played the most difficult games of this season." Again, I remind people again, our games up against big teams are not the problem. Last season we draw against Arsenal. We beat Manchester City. We tie against Chelsea. So to me, the big games are not the problem. Our players are good enough to get themselves up, and the big games have not been our problems. And also, there's only 6 to 7 of them. So you cannot rely beating on big teams as your method of a judgment, because there's only, like I say, 6 to 7 of them, where there's 13 other teams that we are struggling to beat. And people say the games are going to be a lot easier when we come back from international break. May I remind y'all, when we played Nottingham Forest, they were winless in the Premier League and sit 19th place in the Premier League. The only other team that was worse than them was Forest. Was Wolves. So, and we went to the stadium, sitting 18 in the relegation zone, having not won a single game in the Premier League. The game was even. They could have won that game if it wasn't for an absolute screamer from Ahmad at the end to equalize. And then we go to Tottenham, have only won 1 game at home all season. In fact, they have been booed by their fans for how negative they have been and how bad they are at home. In fact, out of 25 games in the Premier League, they only won 5 at their own stadium. So when we went there, they haven't won in a while. They have not been good at their own fans are booing them in their own stadium. And we let Tottenham dominate the second half without even us putting the gloves on them. That's how bad the Tottenham games was. To make things worse, and nobody's actually mentioning this. Tottenham Hotspurs, 4 of their best attacking players were not there. Imagine that. Like I say, 4 players, Lenky, Madison, Kudus, and Kulusevski. If they had those guys in their team, they probably would have destroyed us. And we are coming out saying, well, it was a good point away from Tottenham when Tottenham themselves have not been good at home. So again, I ask yourself, what's the point if we cannot demand more from our team? And people say, well, look, we're scoring more goals. I'm like, yeah, because we have technically 2 of the best attacking players in the Premier League last season that are not named Moment and Allen are now playing for us. In Brian Bremo for Brentford, who scored 20 goals in the Premier League last season. I tell you guys, 20 goals. And Matheus Cunha, who scored 15. They're both in our team. The fact they're in our team, our attack output is going to be better. Showcased by the point. Most of our goals are scored by Brian Bremo. It's just simple. The guy is a good player and is doing good. The rest of the team have not improved. And like the Tottenham is the perfect example. What was Tottenham's biggest problem last season is that they was conceding goals and like conceding goals like nothing. What happened? As soon as Thomas Frank went there, Tottenham has the 2nd or the 3rd best defense in the league. That's a massive improvement without actually buying a player. Tottenham did not buy a single player to improve their defense. It's just the coach way of setting up improve that defense. His attack is not good, but I just told you again, it's missing 4 of his best attacking players. I don't expect anybody to be that good going forward if you do not have 4 of your best attacking players. The problem is they also score as many goals as us, even though they're missing their best attacking players. And to me, it showed the difference in managers. As much as everybody laud Amrin, everybody's supporting him, and somehow the media is going after Thomas Frank. And I just told you where Thomas Frank took the team and where they're at right now, and where Ruben Amrin took the team, and where we are level on point. With them only bought 2 players, Kudus and Simon. One is not doing too good. Manchester United bought Sesko, Cunha, Brian, and if you look those 3 players, maybe there's 4, 5 other teams that had better attack than us. Of course, City has better attack. Liverpool has better attack. Have better attack. Let's go. Bournemouth? No. Would he take Tottenham? Absolutely not. So the point I'm trying to make here, we should be better attacking. But the problem is we're also terrible defensively. We can't control games. Absolutely cannot control games. And to me, I'd rather be boring and control the games and win than to be excited and expensive and lose. But Ruben Amorim's team is not doing either. We're not that absolutely amazing to like going forward. We're not like good defensively at all, and we can't control the game in the midfield. And somehow people are telling me I'm negative because progression that I'm not seeing. I do not see that progression. And this game was just a perfect example of that. Perfect game illustrate the fact that we have not improved that much. And I know everybody like to talk about the tables, like to compare us against Liverpool. I do not want to be closer to Liverpool by default of that. Liverpool are completely terrible. And that's the only reason why we're close to Liverpool. It's not because we've been great. It's Liverpool are having an absolutely worst season a champion has ever had in the Premier League, period. Worst ever season. That's why we're closer to them. And in fact, we are tied with them. We want a goal difference. That's why we're closer to Liverpool. So that cannot be a measure in which we take comfort of that we are closer to the champion and they spend 500 million because they're having, like I say, the absolute worst season ever as a champion, a defending champion has ever had. And right now, everybody else near us is that we are just there by default. It's not that we massively improved from last season, or is it not like our playing style is dramatically different than last season. It's just that the league is a bit more competitive than before, and everybody is able to beat everybody. So I'm not impressed on that, and I think Manchester United a whole lot better than what they are doing right now. And those people who think this is a positive, this is a step forward, and that we should only look at it as 5-game undefeated, kudos to you guys. Keep supporting. For those of us that look at this as what it is that we can't really do anything about it because most likely this guy is going to get the whole season. We're just going to take it game by game and see how or where this goes from here. But other than that, not much to talk about. This is Manchester United, and we're just a yo-yo club now, and it is what it is. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Please don't forget, hit the like button, share this video, and leave your thought in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.